beasts, aren't they? Chuffed to bits. The smallest little thornback rat. No, I'm just concentrating on not losing the rod over the side. And its eyes. It's got amazing eyes. Doggy in the boat. Golden mullet. There's a bit of weight to that, you know. And that's what we want, don't we? We don't want the same all the time. We want something different, a good old show. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm out in the workshop, beavering away, prepping my kit for a really busy weekend. And what am I up to? So the plan is, bank holiday weekend, 2 days on the boat, different techniques, different styles of fishing, new kit to try out, review, fish basically, get out and enjoy myself. It's been a long old winter. And prepping my shore kit. My shore kit because I'm really keen for my first hound of the season. Last year's video didn't come out too well. Caught plenty of fish and the sound was all corrupt and it didn't quite come out well. So at the moment, workshop is an absolute tip. It is a right. Look at the state of it, there's stuff everywhere. Yeah, so what have we got first? First up, and I'm pleased to announce, and they got a little bit of a sentimental bit of value to these. Unfortunately, heard the bad news, unfortunate news of Ian Gold's passing. It's a loss to the community, fishing community, so much to offer and so much quality that he gave. My new bags for my rods arrived. So there's no secret that the Century bags are absolute, the Century standard bags for fire blades are shocking. £1's worth, if that. If you got them in Poundland, they'd probably be better quality. I've got these padded bags. And you're like, padded bags? Is there 2 rods in there? No, there's just 1 rod in there. 1 rod, natty little comfort bag. 2 rods, all tucked up, safe and sound. How difficult is that? How difficult is that? And you know, I paid a bit of money for them, but I was happy to pay the money. They're going to look after my rods. So 2 really nice quilted bags. 1 Icon tripod. I don't know what that is, 6 foot, I don't know, something like that. With the little wires that I've put for hanging traces when Labradors aren't around. Baited traces can hang up. So both those rods, the tripod, all go into my quiver, holdall, however you want to call it. And I'm trying to decide, I'm looking at it now, it's stood up at the back of the workshop. Do I pack for my Bigaloo or do I pack light and wear kit? I think I'm going to pack light. It's going to be cold, I know it's going to be cold. I'm going to pack light with my chest waders and my smock top, waterproof smock top. I think that's the way ahead. I'm still undecided. I'll wait for the forecast, but I'm considering not using that. And something that's not a disappointment because they perform well are the Pen 525 Mag 3s. Upgraded to the ABEC 7 bearings. That's something that I've done myself. And one reel is giving me jip. Every now and then, for no reason, I've stripped it down. I've stripped them down together, side by side, compared everything, put them back together. I know which one's which because I've marked one. And one reel, every now and then, it sounds like a bearing going, but it's not a bearing. There's nothing wrong with the bearings in there. I don't think there was anything wrong with the original bearings. There's a noise in my reel that I don't like. Little natty neoprene case, keeps it tidy. You know I like to be tidy. Well, you wouldn't think that from the workshop, but I do. I need to tidy it up. So yeah, there's something going on with one of my reels and I haven't figured it out yet. So multipliers, nicely bagged up fire blades, my Icon tripod, the quiver, and I'm going to fish a different technique this time for hounds. So last year, and on the video, used the 3.5 foot up and over rig that we developed on the channel, and the link will appear somewhere up on the screen now or in the comments section or in the description. I'll put the link somewhere. I'm going to use a 4 foot pulley rig. trident tackle, pulley rig. Going to really give them a right hammering, see if they really stand up to the test. Everyone's using it, everyone's commented, everyone's used them throughout the winter. I think most people like them. The majority of people like the price. I'm going to give them a right good shoeing and see if I can catch some hounds. Single hook, no pennel. So paint the scene, 5-ounce grip weights, 4-foot pulley rigs with trident, 4-0 hooks, or 4-0 hook, a single 4-0 hook, most likely a camasan, hardback crab, fire blades, 525s, icon tripod, happy days. So one of the mornings, because of the way the tides are at the moment this weekend, that's what I'm going to do. And I think it's going to be Sunday night, Monday morning, bank holiday morning. So that is my shore kit, pretty much taken care of, I think, unless I think of something else. I'm not going to try and target any other species. I'm not even going to take any other kind of bait. It is going to be a pure hardback crab hound session. If I catch them, I catch them. If I blank, I blank. I'll film it and I'll bring it on here. I'll show you. So now we're getting into the little bit more complicated part of boat fishing. Prepping my boat kit. I've got some kit to sort out. So where do we start? Start at the beginning, Mark. Rods. Right. I have got, for this season, to use, abuse, try and fish with, I've got 2 ugly sticks, 20 to 30 pound, and I've got 2 Shakespeare Agility uptiders, and they're rated maximum 30 pound line. I'm fishing 40 pound braid on everything. So 2 downtide rods, 2 agilities, 2 uptide rods, 2 downtide rods are the ugly sticks, and the 2 uptide rods are the agilities. And these are just the rod bodies, the stuff that goes on the end of these. And if we can sort those out, that just makes it easier for carrying. On the uptide rods, these are the butt sections. I said butt. These are the butt sections. And on here, I've sort of reutilised my inshore fixed ball reels. So for the uptiders, I've got the Shimano Beastmasters 40 pound braid, and that's what goes on the end of the rod sections. They're quite long. The uptiders are about 9 foot, 9'6", something like that. So I'm repurposing the Beastmasters. It's going to be interesting to see what I class as my estuary type fixed ball, if they cope with uptiding from the beach. From the beach, uptiding from the boat. So that's both of those, and they're for the uptide rods. We'll set those to one side. And for the downtide rods, the ugly sticks, I've got the Slosh 30s, and these are the butt sections. They just screw onto the bottoms of the onto the rest of the rod. And as you can see, I differentiate my reels. I always use 2 different colour Termalinks on the end of my braid. And these got 40 pound whiplash. Not really much to say. They've been, I say, reliable. I had dramas on my last fishing session. My fault. I lost 2 significant fish. Both fish lost because of my braid knot. That I wasn't impressed with that one. When I say significant, 25, 30 pound, either spur or taupe. Not sure which because I didn't get to see it. But yeah, so they're the butt sections for the ugly sticks, and it just makes it easy for transporting, putting in the van, keeping the rod lengths strapped together so they don't get clattered around, and keeping these separate. So I think that's, the rods and reels are pretty much sorted. I'm happy with that. What is unusual, I'm going to be trying out some new fishing techniques. So unusual for me, I've got myself a teacher, Wayne Comben. He's been showing me some of the downtide techniques. He's a very skilled fisherman, and I'm very pleased that he's actually took me out one time to go drift fishing with lures. And I've got some rigs to try out. So first out, booms. I've got some booms. I'm not sure if these are too big. Time will tell. That clips onto the main line. That bit has the weight clipped on, and you put your hook length on there, and it stops the hook length from wrapping and getting tangled up with the main line. And it sort of works like this. So when you attach it to your main line, and if we get a plain lead, let's see what we got. So we clip onto the plain lead. And that would actually lower all the way down to the seabed, and then your hook length would come off of the boom. And to keep things simple on the boat, so you're not carrying loose components, pre-make as much as you can make, as much as practical, I've got 4 A5 sleeves, and each one's different. That has just got packs of hooks in it. That one's got sabikis for mackerel, or bait, or launch. That one's got hook lengths, hook rigs, and my uptide rigs inside it, keeping it all in one place. And this one has got my, want of a better word, boat fishing rigs, main lines, the Solent rig, and there will be either a link above me or a link in the description to how I make those. Separated by a card, which is my species card. And then here I've got some lure lengths, snoods, if you like. Already pre-made up, and they've got a fast link and a termalink. So on the end there is the fast link, and on the other end, about 6 foot in between, is the termalink, wiggling away. So the termalink just clips on. And the beauty of making your stuff up like this, you could just tie this on and do away with the link. But if I get any problems with this, I can just unclip and put another one on. 6 feet later, or 6 foot later, I've got my quick link, fast link. I think that's breakaway, that is. And this is new to me, so I've invested a little bit in my pocket money. I've got a box of lures. And in this box, one side I've got sidewinders, and on the other side I've got red gills. Savage Gear red gills, I think they are. Mostly. There's a couple of exceptions to that. But on one side, sidewinders, on the other side, red gills. I'll get this nice bright blue one out because it will show up well on the camera. So I think that is a Savage Gear. It's got a protecting thing on the hook. Make sure you take that off when you put it in the water. You're not going to catch anything with a little bit of rubber on the end. And it would be a simple case of, he says, try and do it on camera, never works. Attaching the fast link, not a swivel. I'm no expert. I watch a lot of YouTube, but the one thing, apparently a swivel will kill the action and it won't do what it's supposed to do. And these are really, I'm not even going to pull it because I think it's just going to break. If that gets hit, that's going to get tore up pretty bad. And I suppose that replicates a mackerel or any other bait fish. And that's what we're drift fishing for. And the red, I've got my theories on this. There's a splash of red there and there's a splash of red there. Fish are tuned in to the fact that that's an injured or damaged fish, possibly, and will target it because of the flash of red. Maybe. Not sure. Works for me in my head. So that's what we got. So we'll be lifting that up just above the bottom. Maybe come into contact with the bottom every now and then just to make sure we're sort of there. Following the rise and fall of the mounts underneath the water, where the fish sit in the lee, and we'll be towing one of those that will be imparting all its action to its tail, and hopefully I'm going to catch something. Be devastated if I don't, especially when it looks that good. And it does look amazing. I'm chuffed to bits with that. I really hope I catch something on that. And I've got a whole selection to try. Pearlescence, natural colours, bonkers colours. There are some bonkers colours in there. Rhubarb and custard. Who would think rhubarb and custard would catch anything? But I have a theory on that. You get down to depth, and we're fishing in 60 to 80 feet. You get down to depth, and colours, the colour just washes out. It just disappears. There's no bright light there to show the colours. But what you see is the contrast between the colours. And I think the fish, especially predatory fish, are tuned into the red. So maybe rhubarb and custard is so popular, is such a good lure. One, because of the contrast, but two, because of that hint of red in the colour. Maybe, I don't know. The other one we got here is the main bodies for just running ledgers. And the difference I've got on these today, which I thought would be worth showing, I don't know if anyone else has seen them out or been released. I don't know if anyone's if they've advertised the fact. But that is the new £150 stainless steel swivel from Gemini. It's tiny. It's tiny. £150 breaking strain. It looks small on my rig, but it's £150. The last ones were triple the size and £75. And the running ledger is just literally that, a weight slider between two beads. Two beads to protect it from the knots with the swivels on either end. Connect a hook link to one end, link onto the main line on the other. Put a weight on the slider and away you go. Bait up and away you go. I carry 6 or 7 of those. They're already pre-made in case I lose any. Don't want to lose any, to be honest. And they go in the bag like that. So that is the running ledger rigs. Running ledger rigs for the downtiders. The booms and weights for the lure fishing, drift fishing. Really looking forward to it. Quite excited actually. I'd love to catch a double figure bass. It's one of my targets for this year. And there's the boom, plain 5-ounce lead. So that's the fishing aspects of what I intend to do. Those have got to be packed away, get everything into its quiver. I leave the beach shelter until I decide and look at the weather and see what it is. For the boat, because I make everything up in advance and have everything ready, everything just fits into that tray. That tray fits in the storage box under the seat, and that is it. There's hardly anything to carry. So we've got all the rigs already made. We've got the box of lures. We've got some weights that won't go in that box because I don't want them to break. We've got 4 booms. Only really need 2, I think, but I can't help myself. I always take too much stuff. I take too much stuff just in case. What if? And I always carry too much stuff. T-bar disgorger. That is a leader, and it's the larger version of it. Brilliant for things like conger eel, unhooking doggies at the side of the boat that you don't just want to get in the boat and cough up all the rubbish and nonsense. Both of these, beach and shore. Beach and shore. Beach and boat. The mustard bait knife. Keeps a nice edge. Nice utility knife. Mustard bait scissors. Nice bits of kit. Not expensive. Not expensive at all. A pair of forceps. And forceps that aren't straight. The reason why I carry forceps, to get into those delicate fish that you really don't want to damage, and you want to try and turn the hook and get the hook out. But more importantly, I always carry these for place flounder. Place flounder sole, if you have to go through the gills, the fishow's method of unhooking, that bend is perfect for going in the gills, grabbing the hook, pulling it out, turning it around, pushing it back out. That shape. Stainless steel, just seeing if they've got a name on them. They haven't. Uno Dent, so they're like dentist forceps things. Pulling tufts, I don't know. Stainless steel, don't rust. A pair of nail clippers, stainless steel. I like Solent ones. I've got a pair of Solent ones somewhere. True to form, I can't find them, but Solent ones are good. You buy the fishing ones, they're more expensive, they're not as good. And I need to check it. My scales. Just quickly switch it on. And it's reset, and it's at 0, and it's in pounds. And they are Coram, up to 40 kilos, 85 pounds. Chance to be a fine thing. Wouldn't mind an 85 pound eel. But I wouldn't want an 85 pound eel on the boat, I don't think. So the scales have been checked. All of the kit has been checked. There's a couple of little bits and pieces that still need to go in there, but that is it, packed, done. Some weights that need to go in the boat with it. And just the quiver to pack. Quiver to pack, rods, might as well do that now. Otherwise I will forget, and it's just one more job to do. I know people prefer usually, and there is a pocket to put this outside of the quiver. And I've made this difficult for myself, the way I've positioned that, haven't I? I actually like to put it inside the quiver. Probably not the best of ideas, but it makes it very compact, very easy to carry, and it doesn't catch and snag, especially when you're going to fishing marks where you've got to go walk through paths or woods or stuff like that. I mean, once that is all done up, look, that is inside. It adds some strength and stability to the whole bag. It could be strapped outside. I don't particularly like strapping it outside, and some people don't like using the quiver at all. They prefer just to strap everything together. I do like that. I've got one more thing to do, and I can't remember what it was. There's something playing on my mind. Well, there was one more thing. I think, like, yeah, I know. I know. So the last thing that I was going to check, and actually I don't need to check because they're already done, is out on the boat, my little cheapy decathlon rods I've rigged with sabikis. Sabikis because hopefully soon, some point soon, the mackerel are going to start the show in the Solent. They're few and far between. I think I've heard a few rumours of people that have spotted or caught the odd one or two, but not in any great numbers. So that rod is rigged, weighted, wrapped around the handle, ready to go, and that will go inside the boat on the rod holders. And I've got two rigged identical in case we see some bait fish, because fresh bait is always better than frozen or bought. So I think I'm almost there. Just one last quick check around. Yeah, so we've got 6 rods prepped for the boat. We've got 2 mackerel rods, 2 downtide rods, 2 uptide rods. We're using a combination of multipliers and fixed spool reels. We're prepped for hound fishing, bank holiday Monday, early hours of the morning, 2-3 o'clock in the morning I think it's going to be. And we've got the Century fire blades, the Penn 525 Mag 3s, and I'm going to be using 4-foot pulley rigs, hardback crab. Hardback crab, and I've still got to decide whether I want to take the beach shelter or not. But yeah, that is pretty much me. All I need to do, prep my bait, catch my crabs, fill my fuel tanks up, and I'm good to go. I think that's about it for the workshop today. And there we have it. All done. Quicker than I thought. All I've got to do now is get out and catch some fish. I will film it. It will be the next set of films that come out. There will be a shore video. There will be a beach video. I'm hoping there's going to be some fish. It's been dire recently. Really bad. And yeah, I look forward to spending time with you again sometime soon. Take care. Tight lines. Happy fishing. From me, for now, from here, goodbye. Take care.